3 factors that go into identifying a good keyword. You know keywords are important, but you just don't know what makes a good keyword. Today, I want to share with you the 3 factors you need to consider when picking your keywords. Eatsy Bites, the fast, single subject, eatsy SEO videos for when you just want to learn in bite-sized chunks. These factors you need to consider are relevance, traffic, and competition. Let's imagine a jeweler selling rings. Now, this is a very competitive niche, and not only that, the rings are likely very expensive to make. So you want to have an idea of what keywords are going to be good for your item before you even go off and make hundreds and thousands of rings. You think engagement ring could be a good keyword for your items, but you just don't know if it'll make you sales or not, and you really need to know this before you go and start making them. So how are we supposed to know if it'll sell? That's why we have these 3 factors. First, you have to ask yourself, is this keyword relevant? Does it describe my items? Keywords describing wedding rings are fairly relevant. However, keywords describing wedding cakes or PDF tutorials for making a wedding ring are not so relevant, because the intent of the buyer when they search those things is not for a ready-made ring. So even if you showed up in the search for those searched terms, you would be very unlikely to sell because the keyword is not relevant. So the very most important factor when picking keywords is always to think of, does this accurately describe my item? Factor number 2 is how much traffic these keywords have. How many people are looking for items using these terms? It doesn't matter if you found the most descriptive keyword for your bronze opal steampunk engagement ring. If nobody's searching for it, you'll never get found for it. But a shorter keyword like steampunk ring might be searched more and might be better. In fact, when I use the eRank Keyword Explorer, I see that steampunk engagement ring potentially gets more traffic than steampunk wedding ring. Also, we want to be aware of potential seasonality. Some terms are not popular all year round. Tools like eRank can really help you get some ideas for potential keywords, but they're only tools and you will still have to rely on trial and error once you've identified these terms. The final factor is competition. The keyword ring might look amazing. It's got loads of people searching for it, so that's great, right? But when we look at the competition, it might just be way too competitive for our little item to even show up in the search. And if we don't show up in the search, we don't get seen at all. So likely we want to experiment with keywords with a little less competition. So when we go back again to eRank and compare our steampunk wedding ring to our steampunk engagement ring, the steampunk engagement ring has lower competition as well as higher searches. And this had a peak in December last year, so perhaps it's worth trying it towards the end of this year too. Although for steady sales, this might not be good. So let's dig deeper and look at the stone, the opal. Making either an engagement or a wedding ring in a boulder or raw stone might maximize your chances of having an item that sells year round. Finding keywords that are relevant with high enough traffic and low enough competition is a real balancing act. We have to experiment to land on the right one. So I have a task for you. Rather than searching for your keywords after the item's already made, try today identifying some potential keywords for items that you could possibly make that you haven't made before, but that have promising looking keywords to experiment with, and then hopefully make something slightly different but that customers are searching for. Hope that helps, and I'll see you in the next bite.